Everyone, it's your girl Glory Walker with marketingwithglory.com, and I'm coming straight to you from my home somewhere near our nation's capital. Okay, if I told you where I live, I have to kill you. All right? No, I'm just joking. But anyway, in this quick video, I am going to show you how to register your guests for a Renatus event, plus share a few tricks of the trade on how to protect your guests. And what I mean by that is how to make your guests sticky to you and only to you, okay? Where even if they don't purchase anything or enroll in any classes, all right? And with that and with that being said, how do you say it? With that being said, yeah. So with that being said, if this is your first time at my channel, please, hit the subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you will be notified whenever I produce content, because I produce content on a semi-regular basis on how to make money online, as well as how to have a profitable online business, because everything out there is not a scam. And if you come to my channel, I will show you a legitimate scam-proof way of how to make money online. Okay, so I'll see you in a bit. Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm going to imagine that you've already received your logins and you got your account up and running, and we are at your My Renatus account and My Renatus page. Okay, so what you're going to do in order to register your guests, you are going to go up to the communications tab. You're going to click that, and the drop down box is going to open, and you're going to go down to calendar events, and you're going to click calendar events. Okay, now you're going to go scroll down to where it says pick a state, and you are going to either pick the state you are currently in or the next state over. Okay, so if your state does not hold Renatus events, you're going to go to the next closest state. Okay, so I'm going to pick Virginia. Okay, I think it's Virginia, New York. Okay. Let's see. All right, so you're gonna find the event that, let's say you've found somebody, a prospect. You're going to, let's go with 12 p.m. introduction presentation. You're going to click that. Okay, you're going to verify everything. Make sure that is the correct event. All right. Okay, if you are going to go to the event, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to add yourself. Add myself to cart. And you're going to have either existing guests or new guests. We're going to do the new guest option. And it's going to open up, and you're going to be given the opportunity to add the following information. So you're going to add the first name, last name, the phone number of your guests, and your email of your guests. Okay, the address, the city, the state, and the zip code are all optional. Okay, however, the first name, last name, phone number, and email, that is mandatory. Okay, this is the way, the Renatus system, they use the first four blocks to search and to track your guests. Okay, so you have to put that in there. Okay, now after you input that information and you get past the system, the next thing is you click this button where it says complete registration. Now what happens is, if you say you have a new prospect, right? And you put this information in, all right? You tell your guests, all I need is your first name, your last name, your phone number, your email. I don't need your address or your zip. And you input this information. If that guest or that new prospect is sticky to someone else, then the system is going to stop you right there. It's going to say something like, this, I forgot what it's going to say, something like the guest is already in the system, or something like that. And what's going to happen is the person that the guest is sticky to is going to pop up. That IMA's information is going to pop up to you. Okay, because that's what happened to me. I thought this guy, he was brand new, a good prospect, and he said he's brand new to Renatus. This is what he told me. And when I put his information in, I got this pop up. I can't remember what it said. It said something like the prospect was already in the system or something, and now I got this pop up, right? And he was sticky to this well-known, very, very popular, big-time real estate investor, big-time IMA. This guy make millions and millions and millions. And for whatever reason, the guy he wanted me to bring him in, but I couldn't do that. My sponsor, I had to contact the IMA and let him know this guy was ready. Maybe at the time that he tried to get in, maybe he wasn't ready back then, but he was ready to go. So I had to send him back to the IMA. He was sticky. So this is what you have to do. This is the trick which you have to do. As soon as you find a prospect or the prospect finds you, that's how we really like it. Want you to be attracted to the prospect. As soon as the prospect is interested and he's interested in the event, immediately register him or her for an event. Okay. Immediately, even if he's kind of lukewarm or whatever, just get him immediately in. Just get him into the system, because what happens is when you register a guest, when you pre-register a guest in the system, if the guest shows up to an event, the guest is sticky to you for up to 90 days. Okay, but he or she has to show up for the event. Okay, for 90 days. So say for instance they go to the event. Okay, 9 times out of 10 they're not going to, start real estate education or marketing. It doesn't happen that way. Okay, but they are off limits to another marketer for 90 days. So another more savvier marketer comes along, he or she, if they weren't sticky to you, they would probably scoop them up from you. So they are off limits to them, okay? But if you keep in contact with him or her on a regular basis, keep the communication going, you can keep that going, okay? You can keep it going. So, but if the guest is pre-registered and the person is a no-show and flakes out, then you lose all protection on that guest once they don't show up, okay? So all bets are off. The 90-day hold, all that stuff, all bets are off, okay? Because they didn't show up, okay? Now, if the guest is pre-registered for an event, but it's like late registration, and I think they show up, then the extension the hold is for 14 days. Okay, so that's the key right there. Now, if you pre-register a guest, but it's the late registration, and they do show up, and they don't show up, then there's no protection on that whatsoever. So the key is the guest has to show up to the events. Okay, so that's one thing people they overlook. So the guest has to show up in order for you to get the protection. So following up with your guests is very important. So say for instance you aren't able to go to the event. Okay. Say for instance you had every event to go as well and you weren't able to go or whatever. You need to get back with that guest and ask them, what did you like best about the event? You need to find out if they went. okay? Because a lot of times they don't show up, you know. So you may think they went, but a lot of times they didn't go. Now, they don't have to go to a live event, and you don't have to go to a live event as well, because Renatus has, you know, events online as well. So online events count as live events, okay? So that's just an option. So, events are, it's very, they have live events, online events. I mean, it's your call, it's their call. But that's an option for your guests, because you let your guests, hey, I know you're very busy. I know, you work late at night. I mean, that's the whole point of people, wanting to be network marketers and get, having an online business, because of the flexibility. I mean, it's right there. Hey, I can get you signed up on an event online, but you still have to get back with them to make sure they went. You see what I'm saying? It's up to you to follow up with them, because you need that protection. All right. So that's about it. So after that, after you get them registered, you click, add new guests to cart. You complete the registration, and after that, you will get a confirmation. And depending on how your team is set up, the confirmation will, go to him or her. They will either get a ticket, either get a ticket. You send them. If they're doing a live event, you send them, the parking information. You send them all little stuff to let them know that you care. Make sure the event is smooth sailing, and especially if you're able to go into an event, they want to see a familiar face. So let them know that you're there, to make sure everything goes smooth. So that's it. So if you have any questions, or if you're ready to get started, I will leave a link below this video. And as always, thank you for watching, and until the next video, bye bye for now.